What's up, guys? Drake Elliott Fitness here, www.drakeelliottfitness.com. And today I'm doing this video, and it's going to be titled Things to Remember When Creating Your Own Specific Lifting Program. All right, this is going to be a little bit more technical, not technical, a little bit more deeper into the body than how I design workout programs, that video I did. So, this may take a while, so let's go on and get into it. Okay, so the first thing I put on here, and these are in no particular order. I didn't really put them in a specific order, but these are all things to remember. You want to be able to train each body part, every body part. So every body part should be in your program, guys. Back, legs, core, shoulders, chest, everything, traps. You want to have a well-balanced physique, and you also don't want any muscular imbalances. So, it's more than just being aesthetic, you want to be functional as well, and I'm going to get to that a little later. So, the first thing, obviously, that you need to remember is design workout programs and exercises for each muscle group, and know exactly what you're working and how to contract that muscle. So, moving along, I'm going to go to each head of the muscle. Okay, say you work out your triceps, guys. Okay, that's fine. But triceps means three. Long head, medial head, and the lateral head of your triceps. You got to know what exercises to do to activate each. Now, generally pressing exercises will activate all three of them, but still, our bodies are different, and for some reasons, we may have a lagging head of that muscle. So, and that goes for anything, That goes for any one of your body parts, your delts, you got your rear delt, you got your anterior delt, and you have the lateral head of your delt, So, and what that is anterior means front, rear means back, obviously, and then the anterior, the lateral is the side delt. So you need to know exercises to activate every head of the muscle. It's more than just saying I'm doing a bicep exercises. Well, those are two heads. You have your short and your long head. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep all that in mind, and that's all things that a trainer knows. And I didn't know starting out, but you learn. So we're going to go a little bit deeper now. We're going to go to planes of motion, guys. So what you have, there are three planes of motion. You have your transverse plane of motion, you have your sagittal plane of motion, and you have your coronal plane of motion. And these are all things to remember in your training to keep you functioning. I always use this example, guys. You don't want to be always moving in one plane. So basically what I mean is you want to have your body to be totally functional. And the example that I always use is, say a 35-year-old male goes out to play soccer with his son one day, just having fun. If he's only been working in one plane of motion, or he has muscular imbalances in his knees and things, and he doesn't know how to move sideways, things like that, he does, some kid, he could kick the ball one time, turn one time the wrong way, and snap something. He could tear his ACL just like that because his body was not used to athleticism. You got bodybuilding where it's sort of athleticism, but not really. But then you have explosiveness, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. But always remember the planes of motion, and I'll do a video separately from this, explaining what exactly each plane of motion is and how they divide our bodies and how we move about in those planes of motion. So be looking out for that video. Okay, and now we're going to talk about primal movement patterns. This is something that you always hear me speak of. What are the primal movement patterns? The squats, a bend, a pull, a twist, a lunge, and a press. In each variation of that, you have different things. Like you have horizontal pulls. What is a horizontal pull? A horizontal pull would be like a bent over row. whereas a vertical pull would be like a pull-up. You see what I'm saying? And you need to remember the primal movement patterns because those are our fundamental ways that our bodies even react in the first place to movement. You know, our bodies don't really know what's gonna make us bigger. You know, it just knows movement patterns and stress that we put on it to make it bigger and get stronger and things like that. So you want to make sure that you implement the primal movement patterns, the basics, basically, to keep your body functioning like it should be, you know. Just like it's different ways to think of this, guys. It's like higher ways to think of it than just like say you train your obliques, you know, in your abdominal area, your midline. So okay, you can do exercises for obliques, but what you need to realize is that the primal movement pattern of the obliques will be a twist. So a wood chopper would be a great exercise because you're pulling to one side of your body, you know? That's called a twist. And that's something that we have to do. It's a primal movement pattern. We twist. It's just something we learn to do. So, and that's how the body works. Now, like I say, that's a different plane of motion as well. So if you caught into some type of situation and where you play football or something, you get hit the wrong way and your body doesn't know how to twist, you're gonna have some serious problems. Whereas if you had that plane of motion strengthened and you know your body knows how to react to that, you wouldn't have that, you know, or it wouldn't be as severe as an injury. You understand? So now I'm gonna move on to fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers. You know, this is you know, a fast twitch muscle fiber would be an activity where it involves quick bursts of energy. You know, you wouldn't be using an oxidative pathway. You would be using an ATP CP pathway. You know, quick bursts of energy. Basically, that's what fast twitch muscle fibers is. Whereas slow twitch muscle fibers would be more of endurance type training and things like that. Now, how does that correlate to a lifting program? Well, the different rep ranges correlate. You know, a fast twitch muscle fibers would be low reps. You know, it would be more of a 1 to 5 rep range because that's the quick burst of energy. You can't, because when you get too high, guys, into reps and you get to like 12, 15 plus reps, obviously that's not going to be a quick burst of energy that the fast twitch muscle fibers support. That would be turned into the oxidative pathway, that specific energy pathway, and that would be a little bit different. And eventually, when you get high rep, it would turn into slow twitch muscle fibers. You know, get your energy from that, which is the oxidative pathway instead of the ATP CP quick burst of energy pathway. You understand me? So you wanna know. That brings me to the next thing. You wanna know what you're going for, strength or size. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use your workout program and train both. I'm just saying that generally it's good to have a good priority in your training to know, okay, I'm going through a strength phase where I want to get bigger, you know, and it also depends on in what period do you want to get strong. You can get strong in the 1 to 5 rep range, and saying you're strong and saying a weight is heavy is all specific to you. You know, a heavyweight for me would be a different heavyweight for you, you know. So what I'm saying is, like a 1 to 5 rep range, you can get strong in that rep range, and that's generally called the strength rep range, myofibrillar hypertrophy rep range, and the 6 to 12 would be sarcoplasmic hypertrophy rep range. You know, that's the size. That's called size. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is the buildup of sarcoplasm in your muscle tissues. You know. Whereas myofibrillar hypertrophy would be a growing of the myofibrils, like more of them. But anyways, I don't want to get into all of that. But what I'm saying is that they can be joined, but typically, you know, it's just going to be different. And You can get strong in the 6 to 12 rep range as well. It just may take a little bit longer, and your weights are obviously not going to be as high as like a 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 rep range, because it's just going to be heavier weight for you. And that's where you implement proper periodization, guys, in your programs, so you won't stall out and plateau. You can keep trucking right along, and have deload weeks and things like that. But that's a different video altogether. But okay, so the next thing I think after strength and size you need to concentrate on is athleticism. And this is what I've been talking about all along, guys. You want to have a concept of athleticism in your program. You can look good all day, but when it comes to moving, you say you need to move, you change house, whatever it may be. When it comes to picking up that box, if you're just used to, I don't know, being on a seated row, and you don't really have any type of explosiveness in your body, and your body's just not used to twisting and things and awkward angles, you can set yourself up for injury. You want to be athletic. You want to have some athleticism to your body. You want to be a functional human, Our muscles were designed for function, not looks. So you want to keep an athletic function in your body, some explosiveness. So some examples of that would be like some kettlebell swings, twist, and like I've said before, doing things, jumping, doing things that is really just gonna put some explosiveness in your workouts, and flipping tires, things like that. Dragging things that doesn't confine you in a specific machine. It's gonna facilitate muscular imbalances. You want to be doing things that's real, So keep that in your training, Always, you want to look good, but always keep an air of athleticism in your training, guys. It's really gonna help you avoid injuries and, well, help you be a bad A. You know what I'm saying? So then let's talk about one of my final reasons, final things to remember when creating a lifting program, and that is pre-hab. What is pre-hab? Pre-hab is prehabilitation. You guys always hear me talk about it. It's stretching, it's foam rolling, it can be yoga, it can be steady state cardio, and for every press you need a row. So that's for every press you need a pull. Night, day, sun, moon. So what I'm getting at is there are opposites, in our world. So you can go hard in the gym, but you need to take some time to rest, give your body enough time to be anabolic, grow, recover, instead of constantly being catabolic, taken away. Excuse me. But yeah, you always want to give your body time to recover, grow, stretch out the muscles, foam roll them, loosen up that fascia, the connective tissues, and, stay injury free. You should be in this for the long haul, guys, and you don't want to constantly be having pesky injuries that you can take care of with 15 minutes more of foam rolling during your day. It's going to keep your body feeling good, and it's going to thank you in the long run when you get older too, because you're not going to be all stowed up. You're not going to have muscular imbalances and things like that. So let's go over these one more time really fast. I don't want to keep y'all that much longer. Remember to train each body part, every body part. Remember to hit each head of the muscle and realize what each head of the muscle is in every part of your body. Realize the planes of motion. Realize that your primal movement patterns, keep those in your training. Your fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers and how they correlate to strength and size. Keep some athleticism in your training routine, and keep your pre-hab going. Keep your prehabilitation on point. So these are just some things to remember when creating your own lifting program. And some things that kind of get into the mind, I titled it in another video, In the Mind of DE Fit, or maybe I did an article on that. Things that I remember when creating a workout program, you know. And this is besides the fact of specificity, you know, and extrinsic stress factors and things like that. I did a video on that, but this is just the hardcore lifting program and how to design it. And you know, I may make a part 2 to this, you know, but these are just some things that came to my mind instantly, and things that they should really support you in creating your own lifting program. And if you hire me, these and many other things are things that I'm gonna go into when I create your lifting program for you. You know, it's really mentally draining, guys. When I create lifting programs for people, it is mentally draining because I have to know all of this, and I care about my clients. You know, I have to remember planes of motion. I have to know each head of the muscle. I have to remember every body part so you can be functioning, because I realize that this training, for however long you hired me for, this is going to affect you for the rest of your life. This is going to affect your body for the rest of your life. And to be honest with you, I get a little antsy, a little excited, because I control some of your destiny. So I have to make this right, and I think that's it. I'm gonna quit rambling. But I didn't want to hold y'all too long. Keep these things in mind. Create a bad A lifting program. Hire me if you need some help. You know, this is tough things if you don't know it or have exercise or physiology, you know. But I can help you out with that. www.drakeelliottfitness.com. Thank you for watching. Signing out.